Welcome to the fastest daf in town. Today we'll masech the Sanhedrin daf Ayin Tes. We're going to begin on the bottom of Ayin Chesamid Beis by the new Mishnah. Says Masnisa, Nischav l'hargis behem v'hargis ha'adam. Let's say a person has the intention to kill an animal, which is not a capital offense, but instead you kill a person. Well, Avik Kachavim v'hargis Israel. Your intention was to kill an Avik Kachavim, an idol worshiper, which is not a capital offense, but then you kill the Yid. Or when the Feilu B'Hargas Ben Kayama, you were intending to kill a stillborn, but you ended up killing someone who is alive, so putter. So even though you did end up killing someone, the din is that you're still going to be putter, because, as Rashi explains, Dechi Asrube Hasra Safiku. It's considered to be, and even though you committed a crime, but you need Hasra. And this warning was Hasra Safik. And therefore, because it was based on the doubt, you're going to be potter. However, says the Mishnah, let's say your intention was to hit the person on his hip. And because the hip is very strong, it doesn't have the capacity to kill. Or so it doesn't have the capacity to be able to kill someone, but end up you hit him in the heart, which is a more sensitive area. So umeis potter. So in this situation, again, even though it's true you did punch, but your intention was to punch a different part of his body, and therefore your intention was not to kill. Even though you ended up not miscalculating, or he slipped or something, and you end up hitting him on the most sensitive part, so you are potter. Let's say your intention initially was to hit him in the heart, and it could have killed him. It would have killed him, which is what your intention was. But you ended up hitting him in an area in which that blow, because you hit him in the hip, shouldn't have killed him, but he died anyway. In that situation, you're also going to be potter, because you need to have two elements. You have to have intention to want to kill, and you also have to hit in a way that you're planning on actually killing the person, that it would have killed the person. But since, even though your intention was to kill, but since your hit was supposed to be in a particular location, and it ended up being in a place where he shouldn't have died, so therefore you're potter. Nischavin l'hakoi says a god oil. You intend to hit an adult. It's not so strong. It wouldn't have harmed the gadol. It wouldn't have killed him at least. Someone will say weaker. Umeis potter, for the same reason, because your kavana was not to kill. You did hit someone who probably could have been killed. However, your swing, he ducked, and you ended up clocking a gadol. As a gadol, but it wasn't strong enough to shouldn't have been enough to kill him. However, umeis, he died nonetheless, potter. But let's say you're intending to hit him on the hip, and it was such a powerful hit that it could even have been killed there. In that situation, you're chayev, because even though you ended up hitting him in a different location, but how you hit him was so powerful, you knew that no matter what was going to land, it was going to kill him. So the fact that you ended up hitting him on even a more sensitive place than Kal V'chomer, certainly you should understand you should be chayev. This Chavin L'Hakos says a god of Hayabak Kanel Hamas is a god oil. You were able to hit someone so hard that even an adult you would have killed. The Halchal Katan, you end up hitting a kid or someone weaker who may chayev. So all that makes sense. However, here's how the Mishnah concludes. Rav Shimon Aimer, a feel nischav hargazeh potter. Even if, we don't have to understand what this is talking about, what Rav Shimon's going on, even if your intention was to kill this and you end up killing that, you're potter. So it says the Gemara, Rav Shimon Ahei, Ilei Maseifa, is he going on this last piece that we just saw, says Rashi, the Kaimer Tanakam nischav l'hakos says a gadol. V'hol chalal katan umeis chayev. Alma, what do we say? Nischam l'hargazev hargazev chayiv. So you wanted to kill the adult, but ended up killing the katan, you're still chayiv. And Rav Shimon is poiter, so Rav Shimon poiter meboile. It shouldn't say afil nischam. In other words, if it's linked to the statement right above it, all he has to do is just say potter. When we understand that that's what is going on that last case. El Resha. Rather, it must be going on the Resha. What's the Resha? Nischavin l'haragesa behema v'haragesa adam. You wanted to the very beginning of the Mishnah. You wanted to hit an animal and kill the person. So in all those cases, because your intention was to kill an animal and you end up killing a person, so you're potter. Mashma. What if your intention was to kill person number 1, but you end up killing person number 2? It's mashma from our Mishnah, you're chayiv. You're only potter because your intention was to kill an animal and then you ended up killing a person. Mashma, if you would have tried to kill person A, but you ended up killing person B, it would be chayiv. Maybe that's what it's coming to tell you. So pshita, koi Reuven v'Shimon. Reuven and Shimon come up, and Yarmer anol Reuven come mechavna, Shimon loy come mechavna. Hainu puktayu. So we say this is clearly our machlokas, right? That if your intention was to kill Reuven, but you end up killing Shimon, that would be the machlokas. So Omer l'chad mi nayumai. So that's what we're saying. So what if he says, my intention is to kill one of them? So inami kasavar Reuven v'nimsa Shimon mai. I thought it was Reuven, it turned out to be Shimon. So Tashma, the sign of Shimon Aimer, Ad Shiyarmu Lapoini Ani Mischaven. The only time you're going to be chayav is if you say, I was mischaven to kill this person. My time at Rav Shimon. Why is he so strict? Because why does he have this opinion? Because Omer Koi the pasuk says Var b'kamulav. Actually, Schaven lo. You actually have to have kavanah for the kill. Rabban and Amid Rav Yanai Pralo Zar Gevin Lagoy. Says no. This is only coming to tell us the case when you throw a rock into a crowd. So Hechadam Elam but Ikatisha Kutim Vechad Yisrael Beinehem Temli the Rubakusim Ninhu. Maybe the reason why your putter is just because there's 9 kutim against 1 Yisrael. So you don't get killed for killing a kuti. So therefore, maybe that's why. Inam Yipalgo Pagla Savi the first Lahakil. Even if there's 50-50. 5-5. So it's even though most of them are Yidden, there's 9 Yidden there, and there's only 1 Kusi, which means the chances are you probably were going to kill this guy who's a Yid. The whole din is because it's Kavua, we say it's 50-50, even though it's not really in numbers 50-50. We say Kol Kavua, anyone just set, is Kamexel Mexel. And therefore, that's the reason why it's Potter. Now, I understand the sheet of the Rabbanan that, as our Mishnah, the dik of our Mishnah is, if you want to kill an animal, you're only killing a person, you're potter. Mashma, if you want to kill person A, you kill person B, you're chayiv. You have people that are quarreling. V'nakvi shahara, and there was a woman who was pregnant, was in the vicinity. These are people that were fighting to kill. If something happens that when they hit her, that she dies, now how does this make sense? The guy obviously wanted to hit his friend. Instead, he hit this woman, and if the woman dies, you're chayiv. So what do we see? This is clearly a case of intending to kill one person. Instead, you kill this woman, you're chayiv. El Rav Shimon, what does he do with this pasuk? It's pretty clear that it's his chayimisa. The answer is no. Moment. Even though it's I hold, if you wanted to kill person A and you kill person B, you're not going to be killed, but there's still a chiv moment. Okay, Rabbi, why? The sign Rabbi Oimrim Nasata never shtakas nafesh. Mamoin. That's referring to money. Ata Oimrim Mana Wa'il Nefesh Mamish. He was talking about nefesh. So never nisin l'mata, never nisin l'mala. As we continue to Ayin Testament base, malho and mamin, just like the above, in the event of loyi asain, v'nasan beflilim. If let's say she doesn't die, but he caused a miscarriage, so he has an obligation to pay for demei vladais. So avkan mamin. So in the case where she doesn't die, then he has to pay mammon for the infant or for the fetus. So when he does die, there's also a chiyuv mammon. That's it. So Amarava, hi the Tana de Bechizkiya nafka. Understand this actually can learn out from Tana Bechizkiya. This is a famous sugya. But a Rabbi umafka with a Rabbanon. The Tana Bechizkiya. What do you say? Makya de mak mehema. Ma mak mehema. This is when it comes to hitting an animal. Hitting of an animal. Chalata ba ben b'shem ben lamezid ben l'schav l'shen b'schav ben derech hirida ben l'derech aliyah. We have talked about mammon el chayv mammon. That when it comes to an animal, it doesn't make any difference. All the dinim is the same. It's always chayiv. Av maka adam. So to when a person does the killing, lo tachloi boy ben shagla mezid ben mischam l'shen b'schav ben derech hirida l'derech aliyah. Which that distinction is by going to Golas to or Mikol, it's derech hirida. L'chayv mammon el poiter mammon. So he clearly says that you're potter from paying. You're potter from paying. Even if it's a situation where you would otherwise maybe be killed, but you're going to be potter from paying. So my shen mischaven. What does it mean when it says that this guy is when it comes to maka adam, there's no difference even l'shen mischaven? What does that mean? So what does that mean? Ilema shen mischaven klal. You have no kavanah at all. So it's shaygig. It's the same thing. El pshita shen mischaven lezeh el lezeh. It must be your intention was not to kill A, but until you end up want to kill A, you end up killing B. We see clearly he's potter. If he's someone who's going to be killed, why would you need a pasuk to say you're potter? It must be he's not chayiv. Vlav bar mammon who, and he's talking not a bar mammon. So we're saying that it's true. Rav Shimon will hold that this person will be potter. And over here, it seems like you're potter not only from nefashis, but also from mammon. Okay, let's look at maybe a question. Ayin Tess. Manolan, so Manolan Lahul Urabanon. There's Chav Lahar Gezeh Chayiv. Because the pasuk says, "V'chiyinaso anashim v'nakfu ishahar," and says nefesh tachas nefesh. So it's a capital offense, even though the intention was to kill a guy and end up killing the woman. The answer is no. Maybe it's just talking about woman. Question 6. Fine, we didn't see that. Let's see the Mishnah. Let's just see the Mishnah. Will stop after the Mishnah. So it says the Masnitz, right? Seach shenis arev b'cherim. So you have a ritzech who's mixed up with others. So kulan paturin. So we say that all of them are going to be potter. And we're going to explain who are these acherim. If they're all chay misa, maybe we should kill them with something. Rabbi Yehuda Eimer koyteles l'kipa. We put them into a room. They're going to feed them barley until their stomachs blow up. Okay. We'll see this in tomorrow's daf. So when it comes to chayvi misus, so apparently that's not the ratio over here of right session sarva b'cherim. B'cherim doesn't sound there chayv misa. So if he's mixed up with people who are chayv misa, you don't makala. You give the most lenient punishment. So out of the arba misas, which we discussed, whichever one is the least. The weakest punishment out of all those people there. Some people are chayav skila, some are chayav sreifa, some are chayav chenek, some are chayav hereg or sayev. So which one do you give? You give the least one. The question, of course, is which is the least one. So this is the famous machloikis that we said in numerous places. Haniskom and the serafim. So we'll discuss exactly what this language says. Rashi, afagav daruba dahani the serafim. Even though the majority are sreifa, nonetheless, Rav Shimon Aimer needed a skila. So Rav Shimon will say he gives skila, stam, because he holds sreifa chamura. So you give the weaker punishment. Rav Shimon says that, and then the chachamim are needed a sreifa skila chamura. So he says pum fakir, that skila is the most chomer, and therefore for that reason we give everyone sreifa, which is the lesser of the punishment. Okay. Amru and Rav Shimon, Ilu lo haisa sreifa chamura, v'nosel bas kain shezinsa. So why are we giving the bas kain such a punishment of sreifa? L'chayra must be because sreifa is the most chomer. So the question is, what did the Tanakhama do with this proof of bas kain? So the Tanakhama hold the punishment of sreifa for bas kain is only by nesuin, but nair hamarasa, a bas kain gets skila. So in other words, a nair marasa, we know the punishment is skila. So according to him, the Tanakhama will say, yeah, when it says they get sreifa, that's only when she is a. That's only when she was sreifa is only by nesuin. However, when it comes to as a nair marasa, you get skil. So amrulo ilu haisa skil chamura lo nasal megada. We went through this. Fine. So he said, it doesn't make any sense. Skil must be the most strict because people who are engaged in idol worship and megadif, those people get the punishment of skil. Hanehargim and achnokim, in a situation where you have hereg and chenek, or shimonayim or saif, you give saif because saif obviously is the most lenient according to him. Chenek, which is what we pass like the Tanakhama, that chenek is the most lenient. So that's what we see. So the ir hadidachas, you get hereg, but instigators get chenek. So we see chenek is more severe according to Rosh Shimon. But Tanakhama say that the instigators rather get skila, not chenek, which is the din of Madiach. Adkan.